All right, jumping on here a few minutes early like I normally do. Let's see, how are we looking on YouTube? I think we're good. Let me start up the chat. One more time. First chat of the night for Chiller Chat. All right. You folks let me know if you can hear me. Everybody hear me okay? Okay, let me connect to a couple more Facebook pages and we'll be good to go. Corpus says I sound good. Corpus says greetings. Ava says hello. All right, we are on. Let me hook up to these other pages here real quick. All right, I like what I'm seeing. All right, sounds good. 8 o'clock, I'd say we're about ready. Well, I'll do all that here after I do the intro. All right, let's get it started. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue here for another week of Chiller Chat. Now, Chiller Chat, tonight we're going to have Doc Dredd, who does the Doc Dredd movie reviews on tonight. So he is also quite a regular for our Saturday Night Chiller Night Live pre-shows. He joins in with us. He's one of our regulars, so I want to have him on the show tonight. That'll be coming up. I want to remind everybody, though, before I get him on the phone here, this is interactive. This is live, of course, and it is interactive. So if you have any questions, comments, just just throw them up there, and we'll address them. So let me get Doc on the phone here, and get this party started. So again, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, just throw them up on the chat board. We're calling Doc right now.
Hello, Doc. Turn on the line.
Hey, Doc, this is Bryan. You're on Chiller Chat.
Hey, Bryan. How's everybody doing?
Great, great. Hey, I want to thank you for being on the show tonight, talking about your movie reviews.
It's my honor. It really is.
Well, oh geez, we got comments already. Everybody's woohoo! Here we go. Corpus says, this reminds me of the Saturday night pre-shows. All right, this is cool. All right, we've got folks on there already, so we'll open it up to some questions and comments throughout the show here. But all right, well, we are here to talk to Doc Dredd about his movie reviews. So, what made you start doing movie reviews?
My wife said I needed a hobby.
Okay.
And I enjoy being a little bit of a clown, so it seemed like the right opportunity to do something different.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long have you been doing the reviews?
I've just over a year, and it's been a blast. It started out where I was doing them in my office, which was sort of like a nursery-sized bedroom in our house, good for nothing but a closet. And I've since branched out to my small one-car garage that we use for Halloween. And we have all the fake stone wall facade put up.
Uh-huh. That's where you're at now? That's where you film it?
Yeah, that's where I film it now, in our garage.
Okay. Now you said we were talking about. You said that you had started your YouTube channel to showcase your haunted house.
I did. Uh, we had a yard haunt that we would do every Halloween, and it was mostly family and friends who would volunteer as our actors and help me build the rooms. But on Halloween night, we would have almost 300 people come through within a 2.5 hour time span. And we always asked that they would bring canned food and dry goods for the local food pantry. So that was always a lot of fun, Halloween night.
Oh yeah. We have some comments. Al says hi, Doc. Tom Paisley is referring to your picture. He says his picture is a bit fezzy. Don't.
The fez is actually sort of like a tribute to Tommy Cooper, who was a British magician and comedian. And I dabble in a little bit of magic also, so I like his style.
Glam Fang says hi, all. Hi, Doc.
Hey, everybody. Corpus in the house. Hi, Corpus.
Corpus is there. Now I have if some folks are watching here, maybe they're not part of our regular weekly online crew. Maybe they're watching this on Stream TV or Chop Block TV, and they maybe not familiar with some of your works. I'm going to go ahead and play about 1.5 minutes of a video clip that you sent me.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'll do that right now.
Past his prime in this film, he gives 100% to his character.
I'm going to start that over. There was an issue with the sound. Let me start that over right now.
Dr. Dread Reviews. Witchcraft, 1964. Roll 'em. You know what? For every bad film I see, there's probably one good one. One really stand out, make me want to watch it again and again. 1964. Witchcraft, starring that horror kid legend, Lon Chaney Jr. You gotta love the man. Though past his prime in this film, he gives 100% to his character. And the movie's pretty good. I'm surprised it doesn't get more play. If you haven't seen it, it's similar in a lot of ways to Horror Hotel. Horror Hotel is also known as City of the Dead, and that one starred Christopher Lee. Witchcraft is about, come on, can you guess? Witchcraft, right? But it has some really cool things in it that you monster kids will you gotta love it. You gotta love it. There's desecrated cemeteries, bulldozer, right through that thing. Which, you know, that's no way to make friends.
Okay, and we will edit that part out about the sound. I apologize for that. Doc Dread, take 2. I have a little movie slate like you use. So, that was all intentional, just to use that prop. Let's see. What's that?
That sounds like me. People have noticed that there are times I make mistakes or misspeak, and then I keep on going. And they like that. It keeps me real. So.
Yeah, yeah. Corpus wants to know what your mannequin's name is.
Oh, the mannequin's name is Alice. We went
Alice.
to Goodwill, and we found it's like a waitress uniform. So when I put the waitress uniform on her, I named her after Alice from Alice Steiner.
Aha. Okay. Well, now, do your reviews come out on a certain day of the week?
I normally post them to my editor on a Friday, and he normally has them up and on his YouTube channel within an hour. So by Friday evening, normally.
Okay, okay. And how do you select your movies? Do you prefer old or new, or doesn't it matter? You just do them all?
I really prefer the classics. I'm an old school Universal guy, and even old Monogram movies with Bela Lugosi. That's where my real love is. But I like the modern stuff. I'm not a big fan of CGI, and people will hear me say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also not a huge fan of sequels. I like original ideas.
Yeah, yeah. There's not enough of those original ideas. I mean, there's plenty of sequels, but not enough original ideas. What now? How do you select them? I mean, what draws your attention to one over the other?
It's hit and miss. The wife works like night shift, so it's not totally night shift, like middle shift, 3 to 11 type. And I'll go to my shelf of DVDs, and whatever sort of like hits me at the time, I'll pick one out and watch them.
Okay. All right. Now, what are some of the things you look for to point out during your reviews?
I have to admit that if it's a movie I've seen many times, it's just from watching it so many times. But I normally do go to the Internet Movie Database, and I read through the whole movie, the trivia, the directors, who the actors are, and then I'll check out the actors' bios.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now, where did your love of horror begin?
Oh my goodness! I was about 5 years old, and I remember at 5 watching Dr. Shock out of Philadelphia, Joseph Zwislik, and unfortunately he passed at an early age. But it was through Horror Host. He was my home horror host, and then whenever we visited my grandparents, and they lived outside of Pittsburgh and Johnstown, we watched Chilly Billy on the evening. So that was really fun. It was like all my cousins gathered around the big TV set, stretched out in the living room, while all the adults played cards in the kitchen.
Well, the Corpus wants to know what's the first horror movie you ever watched. Oh gosh, can you even remember that?
Well, I know that 31 Dracula has always been my favorite when I was little, so I would say that was probably one of the first.
Okay. Tom says Doc Dredd has an editor. Who's your editor, Brian? This guy right here. Yep. Let's see. Raymond says, Witchcraft is a good movie. I recorded the movie a year ago. Made in jolly old England.
Oh, I love that movie, and it really doesn't get enough play. It was later in Lon Chaney Jr.'s life, so I don't know. I don't know why it's not played as much.
Now, you recently got onto Chop Block TV. Can you tell us about that?
About a year ago, I started with the movie reviews, and sometimes I like to showcase other people's work. And Scott Paulson, who is the founder of Chop Block TV, I shared his stuff and sort of became internet friendly with him, Facebook friendly with him, and he offered me a spot, and it was awesome, and that's how I ended up on there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat to be on Roku, and it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me how we can get our content out there these days. Like when I first started doing this on my end, I was using. I'm sure you've heard me say on the Saturday night programs. Like I started out just using my phone, and then it just kind of grew from there. Now, yeah, now look at things. You know.
Yeah, I did the same thing. It was up in my little office with my cell phone and video recorded.
About this haunted house. Somebody had mentioned something earlier, and I'm scrolling back through the haunted house. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because, as you know, I am a haunter myself, so I obviously have a big interest in that myself. So, what's your experiences like with your haunted house, or when you did do it?
Most of them were awesome. It's funny, I'm a bit of an introvert when I'm not in character, but you put the face makeup on me or give me an opportunity to scare somebody, I had a wonderful time. The bug bit me early. I volunteered at a county haunted trail, and I always wanted to do my own haunted house, and I finally talked my wife into going along with my crazy idea. And we've had a blast. We've had kids running, screaming out of the yard. We've had them come back the next day and thank us. So it's always fun.
And then you grew into the backyard, right? For your haunt.
Yes. Well, my haunt started out in the town we were living in, and we would do one scene on the front porch. And my wife was really cool with that. You know, she often acted along with me. She was, a cannibal cook, and I was the head under the table, stuff like that. And then one year I got it in my head to do the backyard, so I bought about 15 panels of plywood and probably 100 2x4s and enough spray paint to cover half the neighborhood. And we opened up our backyard to the kids.
No, it sounds like you and I are pretty similar when it comes to stuff like haunted houses, horror movies, Universal. I actually stuck these Universal VHS in the background here, because I knew that you love that stuff, and I put them there in the background tonight. It just sounds like we have so much in common when it comes to that stuff. And I know, like, my interest in that started as far back as I have memory, just staying up late at night, especially on the Saturday night monster movies, that type of thing with the horror host.
Yeah, I believe I've had all of those behind you, and I believe I gave them away. I can kick myself now because
What?
I know. My brother-in-law had a flea market stand, and I gave them to him, but not before I had replaced them with the legacy versions on DVD.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can see where that's probably kind of regrettable at this point.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I really have to choose carefully, what I really want to keep and what I end up passing along.
Right. Corpus says there's a cool documentary on people who do haunts on their own houses. Can't remember what it's called. I don't know if I've seen that one. I wonder if that's on Netflix maybe. I don't know, or maybe just something to look up on YouTube, I suppose. But yeah, it's something. I caught that bug. I've always loved that stuff since I was a kid, just like you, and. I don't know, just when I did my first one, I was just hooked. I kept going through them thinking, I can do this. Oh, I could do one like this. And I did.
Yeah. Now, my brother would love for one day for us to branch out and actually do a professional haunt. But the whole insurance issue really scares me for something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something to consider, whether you think it's worth it or not. So yeah, there's a lot to consider when doing all that stuff. And in Pennsylvania, the laws are very strict when it comes to all that.
Did you have to go through an entertainment? What is that, like a 40-hour course?
No. I didn't. I have a contractor, a state certified contractor who does the inspections and that. I had the option to do that myself, but I just had somebody else do it, and They're the ones who come and inspect for the local inspectors. But here's a here's a couple. Oh, Corbus says I'll find it again and post it. That's about the documentary. Daniel says on the topic of Universal, what do you both feel is the most underappreciated film? Okay, Doc.
That's a really good question. I'm going to go with The Creature Walks Among Us. I don't think that got the love of the other ones because that came along later.
Creature Walks Among Us. Yeah. I guess on mine, I would probably say, I don't know, maybe Werewolf of London. Henry Hall playing the werewolf. I just like that I like the look of the werewolf, and a lot of people, they kind of consider Lon Chaney Jr. as the first, wolfman or werewolf, and I don't know. I kind of like the look of the old one with Henry Hall.
Warren Oates was in that. Charlie Chan. Can't think of his name.
In Werewolf of London?
Yes, he was the first person from Tibet, or he was supposed to have been from Tibet.
Oh, when they go on the expedition there at the beginning to get the plant, the flower. That's interesting. That's a good question. Tom says there's a cool show where people do medical procedures on themselves. It's called Suit Yourself. Ah, another buzzing. Oh my. Let's see. Al says I did my first home haunt on Halloween when I was only 17 many years ago. That's cool. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, especially to horror fans like us. Tom says Freaks is the most underappreciated Universal films. May well be. I don't know. It's certainly one of those obscure ones that's not shown often. So I don't know.
Yeah, I had not seen Freaks until probably mid-90s, and I enjoyed it. It's a good movie, but I can see why people might be a little put off by it.
Yeah, a little creepy. Well, I guess that's what you want in a horror movie, but yeah, it really does have a creep factor. Al says Werewolf of London rocks. Daniel says, yep, Warren Oates. Okay, and Tom says Sidney Tollard. I don't know about that.
Sidney Tollard also played Charlie Chan.
Okay. And then Daniel Murray says he was the bad guy.
Daniel Murray. Little brother.
Okay. Corpus says, I love the movie Freaks.
It's a good flick. The whole One of Us chant at dinner was awesome.
Yeah. And it's one of those, that's more one of those, like the old EC comics and that, like, where the person gets theirs at the end,
The last panel.
Yeah, right. The shocking last panel. Gasp! Yeah. So, looking to see if I have any more comments. None right now. I don't know if I missed any. But, no, I think it's interesting. You didn't go into horror hosting. You went into reviews but yet your review character kind of resembles a horror host. I think that's kind of neat. What made you pick that kind of persona?
The goal initially was to develop into a horror host. After I practiced on some editing, I really loved to horror host some Ed Wood movies. I love Bride of the Monster, Plan 9 from Outer Space. But being that I wasn't technical and suave enough to pull it off, and copyright laws scared me a little bit too, I decided if I do reviews, I'll get some practice, I won't have to worry about copyright laws, and I can still sort of homage to Dr. Schott being a doctor. Yeah,
that's true. That's very true. Corpus says, Doc, in C, I'm not sure what that word, Doc, it's C that you have At least, oh, I see that you have at least 2 different Fez hats. Any more? Do you have any more Fez hats, or just 2?
Just 2 fezzes right now. I do have 2 propeller beanies and a little beanie with a plastic turtle on top of it with a bobbing head.
Raymond says he's replying to Corpus. He says, Corpus Christine, wasn't the mean blonde lady turned into a chicken with a big head? I was stoned when I watched the movie 50 years ago. Well, things didn't go so right for her.
Yeah, she wasn't quite as pretty anymore.
No. So then Tom says, so what was the best movie you've reviewed ever?
Well, I just posted one, and it's probably my favorite review so far. I really love 1982's The Thing with Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went to go see it at the Colonial Theater, which is theater in Phoenixville where they filmed The Blob at. And they were having a monster movie marathon. And there were some things I picked out about it that, because I loved the movie so much, I never really noticed. And one of them would be the handling of the scalpel when they were taking blood samples. And it's a glaring issue that Windows wasn't wearing surgical gloves. They never properly cleaned the instruments. And he cross-contaminated everybody tied to the sofa.
What theater did you say you saw that at?
That was at the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and that's where Steve McQueen was. They filmed the 1952 Blob there.
Right. Okay. Well, that's neat. Now, how long ago was that? Is that still standing?
Super Bowl Sunday we went.
Oh, how's it look? Does it still look like? Did it keep a lot of the same old look to it?
The outside is pretty much the same, the marquee and the entranceway. The lobby was redone, so that's all new. They did not do a whole lot of work to the inside of the theater, so it still has what looks like to be the original wallpaper, and the seats have been replaced.
Okay, I have a lot of fond memories of the theater I grew up going to when I was a kid. It was called the Drake Theater. It was in Oil City, Pennsylvania, and it was just an old ancient theater. It seemed it still had the box for the band, and they had live theater back in the day, and it was converted into a of course for the cinema. But it was kind of neat because it had these huge chandelier lights hanging down and big curtains draping the walls. It was I just love seeing stuff like that.
We have one real close to us, and it's an older theater, but it still has the Art Deco paintings on the wall, and it's awesome. It's called the State Theater in Boyertown, Pennsylvania.
Let's see. Tom says The Thing, best movie ever. Yes.
I would find it hard to argue against that opinion.
And then Raymond says the original, yes. And then Tom says Carpenter's Thing. I don't know about the Hawks version. Creature was a bit too Frankenstein-y for me. With the original Creature with the
James Arness.
Yeah. Corpus says I would love to see that on the big screen, but especially in an old school cinema. Yeah, there was just something about it.
They showed a 16mm print that had seen better days. So the first half of the movie, the color was a little off, and it had the scratches in the film.
Oh, that'd be kind of neat though, in a way, to see that. I don't know. I love old stuff like that, and I have a feeling it wouldn't bother you that much because you love watching the old movies anyways.
It didn't bother me a bit. My wife is a little confused when everybody looks a little pink.
Let's see. Corpus says, okay, I read that one, and okay, we got some chats going back and forth about the movie. Raymond says that was James Arness portraying a big carrot. Al says, back in '95, I saw Creature from Black Lagoon in the theater in the original 3D.
Oh, that had to be cool.
That would be neat.
It would.
I've seen that before on a big screen in 3D when I was just back in the 80s, and that was kind of a neat experience. I don't know. I thought I watched your reviews. I think what you're doing is really cool. I'm happy that you've joined our kind of our little chiller crowd on Saturday nights in our chat groups and stuff like that, or the chat wall. And I've been looking forward to having you on the show, so I very much appreciate that. We got about a minute left, if you can believe that,
Wow, that went quick.
or maybe 2 minutes because I had to cut out that one part with the no sound. So we'll squeeze out another minute. Let's see. Tom says I saw that. Okay, they're talking about the creature from the Black Lagoon. So I think it's neat what you're doing. Keep up the good work. I'm looking forward to seeing a new Dark Dread movie review. And what is a good way for folks to contact you?
Well, the best way to contact me is probably through my Facebook group. It's Dr. Dread.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Well, I just drew a complete blank. Camera shot.
We have Dr. Ed and Dr. Dread's Scary Stuff.
That's it. Dr. Dread's Scary Stuff would be the group page. And that's a good way to contact me through Messenger, Dr. Ed on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Those are the two best ways to contact me.
Okay.
There they are, right there up on the screen.
And then as far as seeing what you do, you can go to your John Dr. Dread Murray, correct? Is your channel name on YouTube?
That is correct. And if you follow that, you will catch my reviews while they're still in the raw condition before they're trimmed down to proper length and stuff. And you'll see them first. They're on that first. They're on YouTube before I send them off to Scott.
Okay, and then Scott will edit those, and then they go on the Chop Block TV Roku channel. I take it.
Yeah, that is correct. He'll add a beginning and an ending, and make them look a little bit cleaner. He'll put them on Roku, and he'll put them on the Amazon Fire Stick, Chop Block TV.
All right, very, very cool. Daniel says, Doc, keep doing what you're doing. It means the world to some of us.
Thank you.
And Raymond says, will we see Doc on Saturday? Go ahead.
I believe I have no plans on Saturday, so.
Okay. Well, I hope so. And if you're referring to, but if you're referring to the stream TV version, like on Saturday night, I don't think it's going to be able. We can't put it up this Saturday, but it will probably be on next Saturday night. I'll keep everybody posted as far as when this is actually going to go on Stream TV and when they send it to Chop Block TV. So, Al says we love you, Doc.
Oh, thank you. You're all too kind.
Corpus says thanks for coming on, Doc. So very cool. We had a good time. I appreciate having you on. Your movie reviews are really cool. I enjoy them, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers enjoy them too.
Thank you, Brian. It's really been an honor to be on your show, and it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, and you have a good night, Doc, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, good night.
All right, good night.
Everybody.
All right, there you have it, folks. Got to talk to Doc Dread. Real name John Murray. I guess I never mentioned that the entire time, did I? I'm so used to saying Doc. So, but we'll do that. And hey, another one of our regulars, Corpus Christine, is going to be joining us on Chiller Chat coming up soon. The live viewing of that will be on March 3rd, so coming right up. And let's see, Alice says, see everyone on Saturday night. All right, yes you will. And Raymond says, thanks for being interviewed, Doc. Yes, thank you. That was nice of you to come on the show. And thank all of you for joining us tonight for another episode of Chiller Chat. Have a good night, folks. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next week. and cut, and that will be the end credits. So you are watching, of course, the live unedited version. So that was kind of neat having Doc on here, just somebody that we see chatting every week, and I'm looking forward to also having Corpus on as well. So Al says Corpus. Doc says, what an honor. Thank you all for the kind words. Oh, hey, thanks for being on the show. I thought that was that's neat. I like seeing what you're doing. I like the color scheme of what you do. That looks pretty cool. And all right, I think we're caught up with all the comments. So, folks, again, thank you. We'll see. Oh, before I go, I gotta plug my show coming up. The Friday Night Frights is coming up real soon. Watch this.
Join me, Jack Shadow, for my Friday Night Frights on March 6th as I feature Attack of the Giant Leeches. Watch a live episode of Chiller Night Theater, interact with me and with other viewers during the show. Watch Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel Friday, March 6th. Attack of the Giant Leeches. I'll be coming at you live from the land of the dead.
Brought to you by Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA, and Gross Fest. Okay, and there it is. Well, all right, folks. Tom says 2.5 weeks away. Yes. Monster March. It'll be crazy. I'm shooting for every Friday of the month with the new Friday Night Fright. So we'll see how that goes. All right, folks. Thanks again. We'll see you. Well, don't forget about Thursday night, the watch party coming up on the Chiller Night Facebook group page, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Corpus will be showing us a movie again. And then Saturday night, of course, the Chiller Night Live pre-show. So, all right, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night. See you later.